Hey y'all, Twan Michelle here, Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Coach and mental health therapist and certified trauma therapist. And today I'm going to talk to you guys about what to do if you find yourself feeling trapped in a relationship with a narcissist or some other toxic individual that you believe is harmful to you. Maybe they are intentionally abusive and you are feeling dissatisfied, you're feeling unhappy, but most importantly, maybe feeling unsafe in that relationship and wanting to get out of it, but struggling to do so. So first, I'm going to talk about some reasons why you may be feeling trapped in a relationship with a narcissist or a sociopath or a psychopath. One reason for that is that's how they want you to feel. They've sort of set it up that way. They've conditioned you to think that. So they have torn down any sense of self you may have had. They have damaged your self-esteem, your self-confidence. They have probably isolated you from your support system. They have gotten you bonded to them through trauma. And then they get you sort of dependent on them for your emotional, psychological, and even sometimes physical survival. And sometimes these people will even ruin you financially. You may be lacking the actual physical resources. Often these people like to be in positions of control, and not often. They always like to be in positions of control and power. But sometimes they like to be either the breadwinner so that they are solely taking care of you financially. They might force you to quit your job or give up your business. Or if you are working and supporting yourself, then they still may find a way to have some control over the money, which means now you're maybe lacking physical resources. And so emotionally, they've damaged you. Financially, they probably have damaged you or they're trying to. Psychologically, they've damaged you. They have led you to be dependent on them. The thing about the trauma bond is that we are bonded to the people who hurt us, and we also look to them to rescue us. Very similar to the Stockholm Syndrome. And so these are all barriers that actually get in the way of you leaving the narcissist or the other toxic individual. So if you are finding yourself in that position, which maybe you are, and that's the reason that you're watching this video, the first thing I want to say is understand that feeling trapped is not the same as actually being trapped. And the narcissist plays a lot of games mentally with your mind. And so if they can get you to believe something is reality when it's not, that's gaslighting, right? Then that's how they get you. That's how they control you. So I'm going to tell you how you can begin to recognize that you do have some power, you're not actually trapped, and some steps that you can do to start getting out of there. The first thing that I think you absolutely need to do is seek out some help, okay? I'm talking about professional help. Get with someone who is skilled, trained, has experience in abusive relationships, because if you're with a narcissist, that's what you're in. Someone who understands narcissistic personality disorder, someone who understands codependency, and get some guidance and support and some treatment if perhaps you need that. If you are with a narcissist, you might also be experiencing some trauma symptoms, which can lead to immobilization. It can lead to a feeling of stuckness and feeling trapped and feeling helpless and powerless and hopeless. So get some help for yourself in getting whatever treatment that you may need to get yourself back to whatever your baseline was. Because the longer you are in that relationship, the more you are going to be harmed by this person mentally, emotionally, maybe even physically, spiritually, financially, in all different areas. So that's the first thing that you want to do. And the second thing that you want to do is start to rebuild your support system. Reach out to those friends and family members that you may have stopped talking to, that you may have avoided, that the narcissist has sort of isolated you from. Reach out to these people. Let them know what's been going on. If these are your people, if this is your tribe, if this is really your support system, they're going to understand and they're going to want to support you, and they're going to be thrilled that you finally reached out to them. I'm sure they see what's going on and they probably talk about it amongst themselves. And so they're probably waiting for you to reach back out to them. So that is something that you definitely want to do. Another thing that you want to do, and your support system can help you with this, and also a therapist or a life coach can help you with this. You want to have a plan for getting out of there. And especially if you are dealing with a malignant narcissist, especially if you are dealing with someone who is emotionally volatile, potentially violent and dangerous. If you fear for your safety, you definitely want to plan. And even if you don't, you want to plan, because if these people know that you are leaving them, they're going to up the ante in terms of their emotional abuse and manipulation and gaslighting. And they already kind of have you where they want you. So it's not going to be easy for them to just continue doing more of that and keep you stuck where you are. But please plan your exit. That means gathering resources. If you don't have any finances or you don't have anywhere to live, obviously you need to start figuring that out and saving, putting money aside just for that. You want to have a place to go, of course. If you can't get your own place, reach out to family and friends and see if that's an option to live with them temporarily. Consider reaching out to shelters or people who house women and children who are victims of abuse. I know that's something that we don't like to do, or it would be like a last resort, but it is an option, and so that is something to consider. And then you also need to plan how you're going to respond to this person. How are you going to tell them, if you're going to tell them, or if you're just going to leave, especially if they're maybe dangerous and violent. Perhaps you don't want to tell them, right? You're just going to make your plan and you're going to leave. But if you're dealing with someone that you think is not going to be dangerous or violent with you, and they haven't been, then you might want to plan how you're going to have that discussion with them. You're going to anticipate that they're going to make desperate attempts to try and get you to change your decision to stay with them. They're going to start the love bombing. They're going to play the victim. They're going to blame shift. They're going to do all the things that the narcissist does to get you to feel sorry for them, to get you to believe that you're the problem and not them, to get you to believe that they really love you and maybe you should give them another chance after you've given them 10, 20 chances and nothing changes. So you need to figure out how you're going to deal with that also, and anticipate in advance how they're going to respond, and then how you're going to counter that response. And also, once you leave, you need to know that the hoovering starts, okay? These people are relentless in their attempts to try and get you back. And you also have to understand that it's not about you. It's not that they love you. Because sometimes when we finally do get away, we start to think, oh, wow, they really do miss me. They really do love me. You know, they can't live without me. All the things that they say, they do all the things, they say all the things. And sometimes we believe it. Don't fall for that. That is so far from the truth. They want the power and the control. They cannot accept when you are the one leaving them, because they have to be in control of the discard. Because it's going to feel like a discard to them. It's going to feel like an abandonment to them, which might cause a narcissistic injury, which would then maybe cause them to go into a narcissistic rage. And that's why you want to be really careful in dealing with these people. To summarize, make sure you get some professional help, rebuild your support system, get your tangible resources in place, and decide if you're going to tell them that you're leaving them or if you're just going to leave, and then sort of anticipate their reactions and be prepared to deal with that. Now, I always suggest that if you can, go no contact, because communication is their biggest weapon. If they can communicate with you, then they can get you, okay? Y'all know that. It's happened many times. Go no contact if you can. If you have kids with them and you can't go no contact, or y'all are still trying to sort out assets or whatever, hopefully you have an attorney who can take care of some things for you. But definitely, if you can, go no contact with these people.